Saturday of Black History Month, also known to some people as February.
I was about to say February, so yes, thanks for correcting me before I even
I'm here for you. I am here for you, buddy. Welcome to the In No Particular Order podcast, because that's the way life is, with the two most wonderful co-hosts on the planet, in the universe, in the nebula. I just watched Good Omens last night, so I can use that word. Or some of it. I didn't watch all of it. Mr. Kalsinra from Canada, who is like a stat savant, and Mr. Shannon, whose last name I do not know, Alan, who is miraculous in any and everything that he does. It's just amazing that
not true.
It's so true. Are you calling me a liar on live podcast? I am offended, sir.
You know what? I didn't mean to do that. I do not want to call you a liar.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As always, the scrolling ticker tape underneath will tell you the best Twitter accounts I saw this week, the best Instagram accounts I saw this week, and the best videos I saw this week. And it's Jessie Patterson in the chat, because we love Jessie Patterson. You guys, I got to see Jessie and her family this week. That was probably one of the better things I did this week.
She posted a little something on her IG about picking 5, and it was like, pick 5 shows. You can only pick 5 shows. Wow.
Who did?
Jessie did.
She did? Mm-hmm. Was our show one of them?
No, 5 TV shows.
Oh, 5 TV shows? I think we might have to do that today. And of course,
and we don't have to rank them, of course. We can just say them
just
no particular
order. Oh my God, Kyle, you're always on fire.
And you gotta name the show in the show. That's a staple of television shows too, right? Like the character who gets to say the show title.
Yeah.
No.
We are The Watch.
Jamie, I don't know what you're talking about. The background isn't moving. You must be tripping. What is?
See, I thought it was moving too, but I also had a lot of flowers and green stuff before we started, so it might be that. To be honest.
That is the only way to do a podcast. Okay, Jack, you can lay down, buddy. All right. So before, if you guys, this is your first time, if you're on Twitter, I'm supposed to, but I do not get your Twitter comments. Please come on over to YouTube, smash that like button, give us your comments, join us in the chat. We love it when you join us in the chat. If you're on Facebook, join us in the chat. I can get your Facebook. I can get your YouTube. I don't know if Twitch has a thing, but if it does, I can probably get it.
Definitely does.
I've never never done Twitch.
Yeah. Neither do I, but I know we will. I mean, maybe not this show, but I know some of our live shows will get Twitch comments.
All right. And I'm going to go first, because on what the best and worst things this week, because mine's probably going to be a rant. And then those two guys.
Didn't you already say your first? Wasn't it seeing Jessie's family?
No, I said it could be one of my firsts. Oh. God, you got to listen. I said it could be one of my firsts.
Huh?
I said, yeah. So I just want to make a quick comment on the Twitter. The America 108, if you guys are doing Fantasy or Redraft, you need to click onto her Twitter account. She's fabulous, and she writes fabulous content. Okay, Bad Boy Brew. I'm just going to give you a warning on Instagram. Bad Boy Brew is a puppy golden retriever, and he starts all of his conversations with, "What's up, bitches?" And then he goes on to tell you about his day. And then he ends all his conversations with, "And I passed the fuck out." See ya, bitches. It's the greatest thing ever, because it's this cute little lab golden retriever, one of the two mix, and he's hilarious. The voice is hilarious. His antics are hilarious. You gotta go. And then the dog dad mantra. I know, right, Jess? I sent Jessie this week dog dad mantra. It's this guy, and you can tell he just woke up in the morning. His hair is over the place. And his mantras are the best. He will tell you what to look in the mirror and say, and it's usually I don't give a fuck about what you think. I'm fucking wonderful. And it's the best thing. So both of those I find, and I could be wrong, that when I feel less than, or when I feel sad, Instagram is the place I go. I don't know if it's my algorithm, which apparently has a lot of Taylor Swift on it lately. I'm not sure why, but I know. It's I'm learning so much about Taylor Swift that I didn't know. And I'm okay, I'll take it. But it's Missy just started eating a plant, which she has never done before. Hey,
gotta show out.
Is she inspired by me smoking a plant and Jamie doing whatever the hell he's doing this morning?
Probably. And then the 2 videos, the Speak On It Pod is the going for 2. It is Dee and Danny, and they're wonderful. They talk about all kinds of sports, and they talk about non-sports, and Dee is really into music, so they talk music too. And Get the Real Deal is Courtney Harden, and he has only female guests. Like, I think maybe Jeff has been on it, but he has only female guests, and they are females who are in the sports industry in some kind of capacity, whether they are analysts or they play, and they're always very insightful, and he's always very insightful. So I would suggest that everyone jump on those people on the bottom, because I wouldn't put them down there if they weren't worth jumping on. Boom! Okay, and I'm going to save my worst thing. So you guys, whoever wants to go next for the best thing they saw. Shannon, we missed you last week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought Shannon would kick it all off, but Gladys, you were so excited, Gladys, and love that enthusiasm. You just have to get those out. But yeah, love to hear what Shannon's got to say.
Love to hear it.
I like it when people are condescending. Thank you, Kyle.
Please forgive me for last week. I
had a
long night at work, and then I gave a buddy a ride home, and it was one of those, we're standing in his kitchen, and it's 5:30, and I'm like, you know what? I think I got to go. And then I did the classic set your alarm and you think you put it to AM, but then it was PM.
Oh, Kyle did that on one of his shows.
So
you set the time to PM and it was, or AM.
One of these live ones. Yeah. I definitely did that, where it's like Jamie messaged that morning. It's like, okay, this 7 a.m. live stream, let's go. What the hell, Kyle? You're like 3 hours late. By the time I responded, it's like, oh yeah,
that's my.
I think it was one of our Monday night shows. I put it for 7 a.m. So thanks for reminding me,
Gladys. So no real good excuse there is that other than I just worked and set my alarm on the wrong time.
You do not need an excuse, my friend. You do not need an excuse.
I thought we covered well enough. You
do not need an excuse.
I'm sure you guys. When
you are as fabulous as you are, you do not need an excuse. Things happen. Shit happens. You move on.
For sure. We love having you on, but you're also entitled to a break every once in a
while too.
What was that? That was like the best sound I've heard this morning.
Was that like a workhorse sound? Like,
it sounded like a horse. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, and he was kind of like doing it, like saying it negatively to time off. So it's like, is that like this, like, 350 touch running back? Like, okay, take a snap off. Is that what he'll say to the coach?
Yeah, thanks, Val.
All right, go back out there and run then. Go out there, Derek Henry.
Thanks for your magnanimousness.
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me this morning. So the best thing this week, so last Saturday when I wasn't on the pod, that night there was a wrestling event.
Good.
This morning is going swimmingly.
Yeah, it is.
I text my lady to bring me something, and she's like, "No, I just saw this and I've already left."
You get nothing.
I'm dying over here. Okay, so last Saturday was the Royal Rumble for the WWE, and that was the best thing I saw all week. It was so much fun.
Was Pat McAfee in it?
Yes, he was for a moment. He was on commentary. And he has wrestled before, but he was on commentary, and then he was called into the Royal Rumble. But then when he was called in, there's a guy in WWE who's like about 7 feet plus, possibly. He was in the ring along with another guy who's huge, and so Pat got in the ring, looked at him, and was like, "I'll just see myself out." And then he saw himself out, and then they turn around, and he's like, "Maybe I can get a shot in."
He punted the opportunity away.
Yes, he's like, "Maybe I can get a shot in." So he jumped over, and they looked back at him. He's like, "Yeah,
well, that's really smart of him, because
Yeah. So typically,
and that's why he played punter and not running back. Like, get hit 300 times a game, or just kick this ball. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, He does have a couple. He does have a good highlight reel though. For punter.
Yeah, he's a pretty good punter, to be honest.
So it was actually really fun because typically they kind of do like what would be stunt casting, and they like bring back people who like you haven't seen in a while or whatever. They didn't really do anything like that this year because like the roster's actually stacked and people were invested in the characters, and it was actually really good. Both the women's and the men's were really great. The women wrestling it's so good because their makeup and their hair is always great, and you would imagine like someone getting hit and thrown around or whatever, like something's gonna go awry, but the women always look immaculate. It's great. And then Jamie's bringing up that R-Truth, who is a dude wrestler who's like, I think he's in his mid-50s and he looks incredible. He's kind of like a comedy guy. He showed up to women's rumble and he was like, wait, it's all women in here? And he was like, it was hilarious. It was a good spot. That to say, it was a good Saturday night. I got King of Wings, which are the best wings in Denver, in my opinion. And then we went to the movie theater and we got movie theater popcorn and brought it home.
Wait, what movie
to watch.
Did you see?
No, we didn't see a movie. We just
You
walked
went to
in.
the movie theater to get the popcorn?
Yes.
I've heard of people doing that before. Yeah.
I've never heard of anyone
I feel like you've talked about that before, to be honest, but I've also heard of other people doing that.
I've never heard of anyone do that before.
Sorry, what was you said King, what was the wing place? King's Wing?
King of Wings.
King of Wings.
Yeah, so
I was almost going to ask Gladys, is this true? Are these the best wings? And then I realized Gladys isn't going to know that. Well, I shouldn't ask that, so I won't ask that.
Thank you.
There's some other spots that have good wings, but these I think are the best. So yeah, that was the best thing I saw all week.
I'm sorry. So you had King of Wings and movie theater popcorn for the Rumble. That's what you you went to the movie theater just to get popcorn, so you could, okay. Is it a particular movie theater that has better popcorn than others?
There's an AMC near us, but their popcorn is not as good. There's a Harkins, which I like Harkins because they do like a loyalty cup, and they used to years ago do a loyalty shirt. So like you could buy a shirt for $10. If you're wearing the shirt or you bring the shirt in when you go see a movie, they give you a free popcorn.
What?
They no longer do that.
Oh.
But they do a loyalty cup, which you buy for like $5 or whatever, and you bring that in, and then your soda refills are, I don't know, $2 or something like that, which, not crazy expensive compared to like buying the $7, large or whatever. So it's
but if you drink enough, if you're gonna drink enough, it's gonna be worth it. So.
And boy, do we! I mean,
well, if you're gonna have all those wings and popcorns, you're gonna need something to drink.
Yeah, we go to the movies like almost once a week. So this morning, I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, I got to work at 8 tonight, and my wife is like, I don't care what you have to do today. We're going to see a movie. So just know that that's happening. And I was like, oh, okay.
What movie?
I think we're going to go see that Argyle movie.
Oh, okay. I really want to see that.
Yeah, the one with, what's her name? Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, Bryce.
She is a forever babe. She's unbelievable looking, in my opinion. I think she's just so pretty.
I think the most amazing thing about her is that she looks different every movie I see her in. Like, she doesn't, like, in fact, until you said that, I did not realize it was Bryce Howard. And that was playing. And I've seen the trailer over and over because I really want to see the movie. But yes, that is Bryce Howard. But what's the movie with the signs? Oh, maybe it was called Signs.
Signs? He wasn't in that one.
Wasn't she in a Shaolin movie?
Yeah, The Village.
She doesn't look like that. She doesn't look like she's, you know what I mean? She looks different.
Well, then she was like really young, and she's definitely, she definitely has like a womanly body now. So I think maybe that's part
I was talking about her face, but okay. We can get into that.
Your face is part of your body.
Not when I'm concerned. Like if I'm talking about Max Cosby.
Hey, Kyle,
this is someone's buying their face.
If I'm talking about Max Cosby, I'm not talking about his face. Let's just.
You don't have to.
It's still, this is like insurance.
You don't talk about his knees either. His knees are part of his body.
Yes, I would. Yes, okay. I do.
This is like insurance. Your teeth and your eyeballs are not covered.
What's not covered?
His ears are part of his body, and that's I don't know.
Don't even know if he has ears.
Well, exactly, but they're still part of his body.
Don't even know if he has a face. I'm pretty sure he does. I've heard him talk, so that's kind of.
I've heard him talk, so he must have a mouth.
He must have a mouth, which I am a little bit concerned.
Where else would you have a mouth if not on your face?
Oh, should we really go there?
I said this is like insurance. You know, your teeth and your eyeballs are not covered.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, it's funny because I was going to talk about.
Wait a minute. Who won the Rumble?
So Bailey won the women's Rumble.
Okay.
Which I guess is deserved. She's like needed to win.
Okay.
I don't love her. I never have. I've never liked either. She's like been a good character. She's been a bad character. She's been a heel and a face. But I've never really. I don't know. I've never.
Those
really
are both parts of the body.
A heel and a face are both parts of the body.
Bailey is her name. I have to Google her.
Okay. And then the men's Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes won.
I know who that is.
Which I thought was good. And then CM Punk, who
is he related to Randy Rhodes?
Brandy Rhodes?
Yeah.
Brandy is his wife. Did you say Randy or Brandy?
I said Randy Rhodes, yeah. I'm talking about like the guitarist Randy Rhodes.
Oh, probably not.
Well, yeah, he died 42 years ago. Holy crap.
Dude, spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Everyone check out the first 2 Ozzy Osbourne albums. Randy Rhodes is amazing.
Yeah, I was listening to Ozzy yesterday. I was listening to Ozzy and Metallica at the gym. Yeah, that was the best thing I've seen.
Yay. All right, Kyle, your turn.
Well, I actually wanted to comment on the wing thing. So I just wanted to say about Sudbury, there are 2 places I think have the best wings. One is called the Doghouse, and there's one in Sudbury, and then there's one like one of the outskirts cities, little cities of Sudbury. The one in Sudbury is apparently going to be closing at some point because the city bought the area it's right across the street from the hockey rink, so I think they want to use more of that area for parking. Yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
I was hoping that you were going to say green space, but
no.
Parking.
Sudbury is not that up to being cool to do that. But yeah, so that's going to suck. So I think the best place in Sudbury itself for wings will be the Sudbury Curling Club. So if you want wings, just go to the curling club.
I always have issues eating wings at some place where you're doing something. I actually have food. Anytime you're eating food at a place you're like doing something like bowling or curling, you're like touching things that other people have touched a bunch. And you're like, oh, let's order fries. I'm like, I've been touching a bowling ball for the last 30
part
minutes.
Of the curling thing is, it's after, right? You curl your however many ends, then you go eat.
Would you eat at a strip club?
Sorry?
What'd you say?
Would you eat at a strip club?
Yeah. I'm not touching anything.
Okay.
I have to imagine.
I suppose I'll let you know the next time I go to one.
Yeah, I'm not a big strip club person. A friend of mine, she loves going, so she like drags me to them. But I'm not a big.
Thanks, Jimmy. Well, I mean,
I went one time for someone's birthday, and I think another time just because
the Diamond Cabaret is supposed to have like one of the better steakhouses in Denver, or at one time it did.
Aw, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, people that eat snacks at bowling lanes, I'm like, you've just been fingering a 10-pound ball for 30 minutes, and you didn't wash your paws. I'm okay.
That's hygienic of you.
I'm a real freak about my hands being clean and like eating.
I mean, I think that's commendable.
Yeah,
Kyle,
maybe.
Kyle, did you tell us the best thing you've seen?
Well, I was gonna lead into talking about the Championship Sunday, the AFC and NFC Championship games.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The best thing could not be that the Detroit Lions lost. It can't be.
No. I thought we could talk about it, and then I'd eventually, at some point, talk about because it's a specific play in those games. So I want to set it up first. We'll talk about it, and then we'll see if you guys can guess which play I'm going to talk about.
But we have to do Jesse's best 5 television shows. Okay.
No, we don't. Yeah. I don't even know what the thing was.
It's the best 5 television shows. You said it.
No. It was like a pick 5 out of like 30 or something.
Pick 5 television shows.
Yeah, you can pick out of Infinity, whatever.
Infinity and beyond.
So I've already got like 3 pretty locked in, so I can start with that if you want to.
Yes, please do.
So to me, the two best shows I've ever seen, I would definitely put on this list are Breaking Bad. Back to the comment earlier, Jesse Pinkman gets to say the line, "What are you doing, Mr. White? You're Breaking Bad." It's like a huge honor. So that Aaron Paul got that honor in Breaking Bad. But I think the only show I would say is better than Breaking Bad is Disnefter or 19-2. And I can say "or" because there actually are two versions of the show that exist. One in French, one in English.
I was not prepared for this.
Okay.
It's okay. That's why we love chaos. You're fine. You'll do fine.
Oh my god.
I'm always prepared. I know those are my two favorite shows ever. So that's why like they're both locked in for sure.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say probably True Detective. And I know they were talking because we were thinking about this because there was a podcast I was listening to and they were it's America's Game.
If you say True Detective, do you have to pick out like one of the seasons or is it like straight across True Detective?
I would take straight across as I don't love season 2, but I absolutely
Which one was
adore
season 2? Was that Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acting was great. I mean, the actors were fine.
Right.
I didn't like the tone of it being in California. Like I like the grittier environments of Louisiana, Arkansas. I guess the next one's I think going to be in Alaska. I love that as opposed to just this like more pristine area of California. I know it's supposed to be like the darker side and they're still investigating, but it felt like
still
almost like a totally different show. Whereas season 1 and season 3, I mean, they do mention how they're connected. Like this is in fact the same universe. Like there's one point they mention the events of season 1 is like, yeah, and including this case here where these two detectives did this. And so like proving that, okay, this all does exist in the same world, even though it's different actors, different settings.
I've never seen it. So season 1 is McConaughey and Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That is, I would say, the best season, but honestly, season 3, Marshall Ali, it's one of the greatest acting performances I've ever seen, ever. Movie, television.
Is this season 3 now? Or is this season 4?
No, the one that's been released is season 4.
So who's with Marshall Ali? Who was the other one? Who's the other detective?
So his partner, I can't remember the actor's name. It really does center him as the main character. So
okay.
Season 2 is strange because it's not just 2; it's multiple. Like it's really 3 main detectives, but also Vince Vaughn's character is really huge. So they really made season 2 more of an ensemble, which that was okay. Again, I think it was more just the fact that it was in California. The nature of the crimes they were investigating too is a lot more like financial crimes. Yes, someone does get murdered, but it's not as I don't know the whole I don't know who the villains are. It truly seemed really evil in season 1, and in season 3, you're trying to figure it out the whole time. Of like, I don't know. It just seems season 2 is like totally different. And if it was its own show, it wouldn't be a bad show. I think a lot of people crucify it though because of how good the other seasons around it are. So I would say those 3. Have I talked enough to help Shannon out? I can probably think my last 2, but those would be at least on my list. And yeah, seasons 1 and 3, I think are.
I think Shannon got distracted by Jamie's strip club comment, but okay.
I was listening the whole time because I do like
that's a very Jamie comment.
True Detective.
It is a very Jamie comment. I've never
Jamie's comment. I think I disassociated for a minute, and then Jamie's comment. Like, fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty on par for Jamie. That's part of the book, right, Jamie? The not so short story of the Jamie Twitter comment.
So, Shannon, do you think Jesse's cooler now?
I mean, I don't think being cool matters, but I
apparently it matters.
That's such a cool thing to say.
Fuck you.
I'm not cool at all, though, so I have no idea if it is.
I'm not cool at all either.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's awesome.
I wasn't prepared to pick shows this
all right,
morning,
I'll go next. I'm going to go 5 shows, not in any particular order. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Numbers, Person of Interest, Suits, and White Collar.
Interesting.
Boom, Shannon.
I still have 2 more, so I can also.
I mean, I genuinely don't know that I could pick. I could pick shows that I like right now, but I'm not going to say they're my favorite shows of all time.
Pick shows that you like right now, Shannon. I don't know why you're making it so hard.
Because I wasn't prepared. I need to mentally prepare for this. Well, this is important to me, so I don't want to just like willy nilly, just like. No,
so I took 3 dramas, 3 very serious, dark shows that aren't like lighthearted, happy, viewing at all. So I probably would want a comedy show, and maybe it's the bias because it's in Sudbury. But man, their use of alliterations, the way it's delivered, I think Letterkenny truly is one of the greatest comedy shows ever. So I'll go Letterkenny. And for my fifth, leaning Lost, just because that was such a really cool, weird trip of a show.
What show?
Yeah, I think I'd go Lost. It's so different than everything else.
The whole every season, even the ending.
Yeah, here's the thing with season 6. They in a way they split season 6 into two parallel stories, and like one of them is great, and the other one is kind of meaningless almost and useless. Like, okay, this didn't need to happen. Like, you could just cut down, had half the number of episodes and just focused on the island, and it would have been great. But yeah, I like it. I've always been a Lost apologist more than others, even when people I'm just lost with this show. Like I'm getting off. This is way too confusing. I was like, yeah, give me more. Let's dive deeper into this. How messed up can this show get? I love it. So.
I do love Lost.
Okay, so here's the thing. What Jesse posted was a list of like 30 shows.
Okay.
And you could only pick 5 out of those shows, and the rest had to go.
We're not asking you to do that, though, buddy.
I know. I'm just like telling you that I thought it was cool. Whatever.
Can you find her? Like, do you access that original 30 list?
No, I'm sure it's somewhere on the internet. I'm just not going to be able to find it. I'm not going to stare at my phone.
I think you should go to Jesse Patterson's Instagram account and find it.
Everyone. I already did. I tried.
Not you. Everyone else.
She posted on her story. She posted it on her story, so it's already gone. Regardless. Okay, pick 5 shows that I like. I'm not saying they're my favorite shows. I'm just going to pick some. Here we go. Stargate SG-1. I can watch it practically anytime ever. Fringe. Vikings.
Right,
yeah. And I'll say, oh my gosh. Fuck, this sucks. Game of Thrones.
I mean, it's funny how you said this sucks and then Game of Thrones immediately after.
No, I like Game of Thrones.
I have a question.
I just found that funny.
Like, I almost started watching it again, but how did it? Was it a prepared ending or did it just like stop? That's why I stopped watching, because in my mind I don't think it was an ending that.
They had a finale.
Did they have a finale? Okay,
yeah.
I'm back.
I think people just hated how it ended, but I'm pretty sure they prepared it. They planned it.
I mean, I remember watching it, but then like I think I got to the season, or I got to the part where they do bring the dad in and blah blah, and then I thought, this doesn't end. Like, I hate rewatching a show that doesn't have like a concrete ending. Yeah, like there was
because endings are good.
Ending, exactly. If you're just gonna if the show doesn't know they're gonna end and then they get canceled.
Yep.
And you're just like,
Firefly.
Can you?
Thank God they got the movie.
Thank you. Exactly. You're like, why?
Alphas. Alphas could have been an amazing show, and now it's out.
There was another one about history that they went back in time and kept changing it, and then it became this whole conspiracy theory thing. They didn't know they were getting canceled, and so when it stopped, it's like, okay, they're stuck in time. Like, they were stuck somewhere, and they're never coming back because the show's canceled and they don't have an ending for it. But Fringe, I am going to watch again because the acting in that is remarkable. Not to mention the script.
Similar to Lost, right? It's super weird.
Yeah.
Olivia from that show. I'm trying to think of her real name. I can't think of it. Either way, she's
fabulous. Perfect. Okay.
And Joshua Jackson. I'm a forever fan because I love the Mighty Ducks, and I've watched those movies like a billion times. So anything Joshua Jackson is in,
and a Trough.
Yeah, and Troy.
Do you know what I think is remarkable?
Wait, the O comes before the R? Wow, I should read. You see, I just put them in no particular order.
Well, I mean, we don't actually read all the letters in a word, right? We read like the first and last one. Our brains fill in the rest. Unless you're in Hawaii, then you get to say the Hawaiian language makes the most sense of any language that I know about. Like, you just say every letter that's in the word, you say it phonetically. It's just like, that's how it works. I think that
makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. I watched Michelle Williams, the other day because I think I just lost my BritBox. Whatever. But her trajectory is fucking amazing. Like, I love her more now that I know she was on Dawson's Creek or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she started. And then to watch like progressively the movies that she's been in and the performances that she gives, it's just, she's awesome. And not to mention that she had sex with Heath Ledger, which vaults her to like, I know, right? I mean, that's like Lisa Bonet.
I think her song.
That's
I think
no
her
joke.
song.
Or maybe it is. I don't know.
You think what? Her song what?
God damn the
I'm so sorry.
I think her song in The Greatest Showman is underrated.
You know what? Have you? She is the Britney book. She's the book. She does the audio part of it. And there was a thing on. There was a point in it when Vinny's talking about her and Justin's trying to act black, and Michelle Williams nails it. It's just like it was on like Twitter for like the longest time, and people were like, "Oh my God, she should get an Oscar just for this because she's doing Justin's voice like he thinks he's black." And it's the greatest thing ever. I love her. I love Michelle Williams.
I'm a Justin stan.
I'm not taking sides because I do love the song "Cry Me a River" so much. The video and the song are like one of my top 30 favorite songs.
I mean, I like them both, but if I'm picking one,
you're picking Justin.
I'm not gonna pick.
I'm not.
Justin, who's the other person?
Justin Timberlake or Britney Spears?
What is Britney Spears? Okay, I'm an NSYNC fan, so I'm definitely going Justin, even though he wasn't necessarily my favorite member of NSYNC. But
who was?
JC.
Okay.
I like brunette blondes.
This sucks.
I know it is,
and I'm gonna drink it anyway.
This is pretty good. This is
okay.
Awesome.
Hey, Toronto Dave, welcome. This is okay. I was just thinking something's wrong with my coffee. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the coffee or the creamer, but I always use the same creamer. It was a different coffee, so I think it's the coffee. But I'm still
this take by Jamie? The JT, I'm assuming it's the
Kyle, I'm going to kill you if you don't stop doing that. Justin Timberlake's Super Bowl performance was not very good. Wasn't that the one with Janet Jackson?
What?
Doing this? Because I definitely didn't do it that time you just yelled at me.
You know what? I always thought it just did it automatically whenever there was a comment. This is how much I know. This is how little I know about anything that's happening, everyone. Things happen, and I'm just like, no clue.
It was really cool when you had like the stars and stuff.
The balloons. Why that was happening?
Okay, to be fair, we don't know how that happened. So you're the only one. Like that still baffles my mind. I totally forgot about that.
But it was always right on point. Like it was always when it should have been.
Yeah, so, and I got to do one of my favorite jokes where I like look around. I'm like,
wasn't it Justin Timberlake with the Janet Jackson?
When the nip slip.
He did one more recently though. He did a solo one without Janet Jackson like 2 or 3 years ago, and honestly, I barely remember it, which I think tells me it wasn't very good.
Yeah,
we've had some pretty good ones recently, but yeah.
Somebody recently was like, "Oh, this was the best." So I can't remember who they said they thought was the best halftime show, but I was like, I think that's wrong.
I mean, Prince seems the obvious one just because of how.
Yeah, it's Prince. Number one.
I know everyone likes Michael Jackson, and as a performer and dancer, he's great. I think as a musician, though, as good of a singer Michael Jackson is, Prince is almost as good of a singer. And then the fact that he's just this incredible guitar player too, I think from a musicianship standpoint, it's not even close. It has to be Prince.
That to say, my buddy did give me a shirt for my birthday, and it's pretty funny. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna put myself on mute. If you see my laundry behind me, it's all clean. I'm gonna get the shirt of those because I want to show you guys.
Okay, go ahead. I think that Prince. I think the best ever.
Jamie giving off-season content.
Who should we
like?
We are doing a draft. Yeah, we are doing a halftime draft, the best halftime show draft.
Really?
Jamie,
awesome.
Jamie's like in 2 of the drafts already. He's in like the conspiracy draft, which I'm not even sure if we're gonna have enough for that. But
I could do that one too. I've got some
conspiracy theories. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna tap out on that one.
I'm very cynical and skeptical.
Conspiracy theories?
Yes,
that's just like ideas without all the facts, right?
Yeah, I love doing it. That's why I love it. I love having ideas with just like randomly blurting stuff. I can just create my own. If we run out of stuff, I'll just create my own on the spot. And there you
go. Prepare your asses.
All right.
Okay.
Creed?
Oh.
Oh my
The greatest halftime show ever.
Wait, did Creed play a halftime show? I'm serious. Like, did they actually? They must have. Not? Is that the joke?
Oh my God.
Do you not remember that?
No.
It's like the guy like he was like the curtain dancer or whatever, and he like it looked like he had wings and he was like flying down. You gotta look this up.
Oh my God.
It's like a wrestling halftime show?
Look up Creed halftime show.
Okay.
It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
Well, oh my God. Who do you think's worse than Creed on a halftime show?
Worse than Creed?
Yeah.
Anyone worse than
I just need to look at the
show?
I'm gonna have to look at the list because here's the thing: I'm biased.
Okay.
And I know this. Like the Katy Perry one was good. Left Shark, that whole meme, hilarious. The Weeknd, I loved it. But I love The Weeknd, so I'm biased. Prince, again, the best one, period. The Dr. Dre one, was it Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Dre, he brought along Eminem.
And that and Mary, and like that was sick. Yeah. Like that was.
I felt that was
my top 5. Yeah.
It's a top 5.
The house set was kind of cool too. It was a little cheesy, but like like the House of Dre, right? Like that was the whole message he was trying to create. So yeah, that worked. I gotta say, I think we talked
Rihanna. Rihanna was. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl last year. I watched the first half. We watched the halftime show, and then I think we played games while it was on.
Oh, it was a good game.
Rihanna was good.
The last 2 minutes.
Yeah. And she was pregnant too, wasn't she, when she did the halftime show?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that how she announced it?
I think so. Because my Terry wrote me, it was like, she pregnant? I'm like, yes, I hope that. Yes, that's what's happening. Because it's Rihanna.
When we talk about like elite level musicians, Rihanna is certainly an incredible singer, but like I think one of the most creative and talented musicians right now, kind of like Prince in terms of just like do it all with an incredible voice, is Lady Gaga. And I thought her performance was insane. Like parachuting down from the top of the stadium. No one's ever done anything close to that. Like
that was
I think
sick.
That's got to be top 3 all time right off the bat. Maybe if I'm part of the draft, I'm giving away what I would want to be one of my picks, but I don't
remember the Lady Gaga halftime show.
I do.
It was awesome. She jumped off the roof. How are you going to forget that? I guess that's how she opened it.
What game was it?
I don't even remember. Okay. I don't associate the halftime shows with the games as well as I should.
It was 2017.
The year 2017 or the 2017 season?
It was.
I don't remember the Lady Gaga halftime.
2017.
It's the year 2017, and that would have been Super Bowl 51, like the big comeback. Falcons Patriots. Now, if it was this 2017 season, then it would have been Patriots Eagles with Nick Foles.
I want to say it was Falcons Patriots because I remember. Comeback. So my old boss, he had a Super Bowl party every year, and he's like, "Okay, everybody, come, sign up, say what you're gonna bring, blah blah blah." And every year I'd be like, "Okay, great, I'll be there, and I'll bring whatever." And I would go, and then I would leave before the halftime show started and race home so I could watch the halftime show. And it would piss him off every year. He's like, and even in the email, like he would send out to the company, he'd be like, "Okay, if you come, you have to stay for the whole thing." I would not. I'm like, look, you guys don't watch much football, so people are just mouthing off about whatever. I was like, and you don't really care about the halftime show like I do, and I don't want to hear you talking during the halftime show. So I'm going to go home so I can watch it in peace. And so it was so funny. Like he would get so bothered every year, but I'm like, I don't care, man. I gotta watch this for me.
See, that's why I can't watch like sports that I like with other people, because they're not as vested in it as I am. So they're talking about shit that I don't really care about, or they're talking about the game in like a stupid way. And then especially Super Bowl halftime show, I don't care what your opinion is while the show's going on. I'm trying to watch the show. Oh my God, I hate it. I don't care. Shut up.
Yeah,
let me watch it.
I don't care.
I can't. Like we had a boss that would invite me to his house every week, and I have coffee with him now, and he was like, "You never come," and I'm like, first of all, the people you invite aren't interested in football. Why would I come and listen to people talk stupid shit when this is like the most important game of the year for me. Not for me,
Yeah.
but you know,
You guys remember
I'm so
this
with
one?
you.
The University of Arizona marching band?
Nope.
No.
Well, here's the thing. I know before Michael Jackson 93, it would be either Carol Channing or some marching band from the city. Like that's literally what it was like almost every year. So you almost, when you talk about Super Bowl halftime shows, you almost cut it off at, I think Michael Jackson was 93. Like that's where it starts. You don't really count anything before that because they're all basically the same thing, just marching bands. So, and I was 2, I think, when Michael Jackson did his. So I literally don't remember clearly those marching band days.
I agree. I think that is the good cutoff. Before that, you just don't even count it.
I was watching once again on my Instagram feed, and it was the episode of My Girl, which actually would be one of my top 5 shows too. When Prince was there, when Prince did a cameo on it, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't give you time." It was Dashnell and Jake Tom. What is his name? Jake. Oh my God, he's in everything. And it was
Jake
the
Johnson?
funniest.
You mean New Girl? You said My Girl. I was like,
yeah,
what the hell is that? I'm
and
just
then,
trying to think. Right? Is that what we're talking about? New Girl?
Yeah, and
okay, sorry. I just missed her.
How can you have a party and invite people and then tell them not to come, Jamie? I've never come to one of your parties.
He wants it to be an exclusive party just for one person. That way.
Yeah.
And
Jamie's got.
It's like the funniest. Prince was so underrated in like everything that he did. I think, like, even though he's the greatest, he's like beyond the greatest. Like, just
he's
his
transcendent.
presence. Yeah, just his presence. Like,
people say when they see him, he like floats. Like he doesn't even just. Stand.
I've said this before. I know I've said this before, but like in my opinion, as far as music composed, like people, it's Prince and Phil Collins. Like those are the top 2. Like
Phil Collins. I was not expecting that one.
I mean, what? That's my opinion.
No, he does. You know what? He's obviously a very talented drummer and singer and
composer.
Just wide variety of what he can, right?
Yeah, I just think it's Prince and Phil Collins. It's like, hey, let's write a song to save the world. It's like, who do we need to get? Let's get Prince and Phil Collins in the same room. I think that'll do. Like we don't.
Like that episode of Rick and Morty, the singing contest.
yeah. Like we don't need Rick Rubin in there, or you don't want to get like 2009 Kanye or something. See, I don't know what that's happening, but I like it.
Apparently, your comment was so brilliant that
the AI, the machine learning is just on my side, and thank you, I guess.
Dave Grohl.
But like, it's just like we don't need like 2009 Kanye in there. Nah, Rick Rubin. Nah, Max Martin. Nah, Phil, Prince. They got it.
See, Rick Rubin would mostly just sit on the couch anyway. Like he's got his couch where he's
a vibes guy.
The whole time. He's always actively listening. So I think he'd be a great producer to get out of their way and let them do their thing. Right? Like
he's a vibes guy.
So I think throw Rick Rubin in because he can produce anything. Doesn't matter. Hip hop.
All right.
Motown.
We're putting Rick in there. We're putting Phil in there. We're putting Prince in there. Probably need a lady in there too.
Gaga?
Ooh. Maybe so.
But
yeah, if it's like, hey, let's make a song.
Tony Bennett album, right? So she's
let's make a song to save the world. It's probably those people.
Madonna.
Yeah, the fact that Prince could just make it rain by playing Purple Rain. Like that's he controls the weather. He's Storm from X-Men as well as being this incredible musician. He's Dazzler and Storm all in one.
Oh my God. Love Dazzler. Love Storm.
I don't. There's like I would.
C'est Dion. I'm gonna go Canadian.
I love that we just go off the rails. I guess partially my fault too.
Well,
hey, we're talking Super Bowl halftime show. The Super Bowl's coming up soon, and these.
Look at Kyle trying to bring it back around. Look at Kyle.
Do we want to talk football?
Sure, let's do it.
What happened last weekend?
I was gonna say we could turn over to this conversation, but I really think that's the key word is turnovers.
Ooh, I like the
Ravens
Franklin.
turned it over 3 times. They lost by 1
Way
score.
To go, Toronto
the Lions
Days.
turned it over 3 times. They lost by 3 points. So
not James Brown. I am balking at James Brown, but your other 3 suggestions were very good.
If you're gonna go anyone old school, then it's Chuck Berry. Dude invented rock and roll.
Or Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking Billie Holiday, but I wonder if she produced her own.
I was thinking like
Billie Holiday?
Nah, they wouldn't let her produce her own. She barely was allowed to sing her own songs.
Yeah, but now, like, if we got her to record now, like,
she gets
with our slightly less racist world.
Yeah, she just gets stoned and just goes in there and rips.
Well, I said slightly less.
Oh yeah.
You can't officially make segregation a thing, like but
you're gonna put Billie Holiday in, then you have to put Nina Simone in too.
What a melting pot we have.
I know, right?
Ella Fitzgerald?
Do love me some Ella. Yeah. Yeah. She would supersede Nina Simone, I think. Would not supersede Aretha Franklin and Billie Holiday, though. Those 2 have to go in.
I think they're all on that elite level.
Yeah, Nina Simone, I don't know. Like, I don't know that she. Well, I get when she.
Toronto Dave. If you just took Toronto Dave's band though, like Dave Grohl, Madonna, Aretha Franklin, like this would be an awesome band too.
So. It would be an awesome band. Way to go, Toronto Dave, with your music stuff. All right, Ravens versus Chiefs. I really don't want to talk about it because it makes me very sad. But go ahead, go.
What a first half! I mean, how many like incredible plays, and that's where like the best thing I saw was. First off, man, the Chiefs love allowing the quarterback to catch passes in the playoff game.
Yeah,
Marcus Mariota did the same thing in a playoff game against the Chiefs.
Unfortunately,
he actually scored for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Jackson still, I think, ran for a first down, so it was significant. But speaking of Jackson, I thought the best play on Championship Sunday was his touchdown to Zay Flowers. The pocket collapsing, him like the speed to just get out of there. I think he run away from Chris Jones isn't an easy task. So just not a lot of quarterbacks have that type of like foot speed to even just escape the pocket in the first place. But then the like mental wherewithal to see how the pocket opened up, like with the right guard pushing things back, to then jump back in the pocket, step up, and make this incredible throw on a dime in the end zone as Zay Flowers. It's insane. Like,
yeah.
Is there any other quarterback in the NFL that could actually make that play? Maybe Mahomes. It still requires a lot of like elite level foot speed that Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, they're kind of on this whole other level. It's those 2. God, like that was an incredible throw. And like kudos to Zay Flowers. He ran a great route, got pretty decently open, especially considering the Chiefs, how good they are in that secondary. And even though he got open and ran the route well, he still had to make like a really tough catch at the end, and he did.
Yeah,
came down and secured it. So just all facets of that whole play between Lamar and Zay Flowers, incredible. And it's unfortunate because like I want to highlight it, but it's going to mask the fact that they both committed turnovers and it really like turned that game around. But I think they also put the team in a position to where if it wasn't for them, like obviously you need your quarterback out there, but like they put the team in a position to only lose by 1 score. Like they were still in it till the very end. And that play, I think, was a big factor.
For that game, the best play I think was Lamar catching his own pass. That worked. It was sick. I was like, that's awesome. And just like everybody else on Twitter, the Giselle comment when Tom Brady was getting robbed because his receivers were dropping the ball, and she's like, my husband can't throw the ball and catch it too. And Ryan Clark, my favorite person, was like, Giselle, Tom Brady might not be able to do it, but Lamar Jackson can.
And Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was to me. But the game was completely disappointing. I mean, I
thought there were so many like crazy plays on offense, but mostly in the first half. Like Mahomes made this one throw where he was scrambling and just like got it over to Kelsey. And even then, like Kelsey had to come down with a really great catch. Like this is, it's 3rd and 1, whatever. And it looked like it's going to be a sack and they're going to have to punt. And they actually get out of it with the first stats. Like, what? Okay.
I think when Kelsey and Mahomes got their mojo back in that game. Or they probably
Kelsey had a great game.
He did. He really did. And I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of him because he looked really good coming into his outfit coming in. Him and Mahomes looked really, really good on there. walk into
look good,
oh
feel
my
good,
God.
play good.
Supposedly,
Thank
and even
you.
Andy Reid in the nice suit too. Apparently, that's Mahomes' thing is he'll dress up on the road, so he's always like as formal as possible on the road. Whereas at home, he'll be more cool. Like he'll walk in with like not as
Chiefs gear
formal
on, or
and more
yeah.
comfort. So like,
Really? I
apparently
didn't
that's
know
his
that.
thing. Yeah, no,
That's
it was
awesome.
part of the quarterback documentary. Mentioned that, so
He looks
that's
really
why,
good.
like, okay, road playoff game. We're bringing the suits for the whole playoff run, boys.
Yeah,
That's sick.
it was sick. Both of them together.
Dude, and it being in Vegas, I mean, what just I
I
can't imagine how much money is going to be in that city.
I know, right? I was trying to tell Julie, one of the manager bartenders from Hard Rock, that she needs to get a bartending job for that weekend because they're gonna make mad money. It's gonna be mad money everywhere.
Yeah,
and you might get to see Max Cosby, which is
you'll never complain about. Maybe Ryan Clark will interview Max Crosby. Wouldn't that just be the greatest segment ever?
No, because where am I going to focus? No, it's too much for me. I just need one to focus.
Well, I'd imagine you'd rewatch it several times. Like you'd watch it one time looking at Ryan Clark, then one time at Max Crosby, then one time like alternating
you
through. You
clearly do not understand why I look at these things. Then
that's just to confirm for the chat, GL's never had a threesome.
Oh, that's not true.
I mean, I've sometimes had it like on the golf course. You go to like playing as three.
No, I've never played golf.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so not true.
But you're the one person that could make Jamie jealous. I didn't think that was even possible.
Yeah.
That was my vulgar joke. That was my vulgar joke for the day. Holy shit! And you killed it. Oh my gosh, it was great.
What up?
Fuck.
I find it hilarious though. One joke I was going to make was with the money thing, like how much money is going to be in Vegas, but also the disparity in money in which the quarterbacks are making. Like you've got Mahomes on this like $500 million contract, and Brock Purdy is on a rookie contract that I don't even know the exact details, but I'd imagine by the end of it, he's probably going to be like making maybe $7 million.
Yeah,
it's probably even less than that, to be honest.
But I mean,
5 million?
Considering where he started, like where he thought he was going to be.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, his next contract, that's going to be a big bump.
Yeah,
in payday,
that is going to be the one. I
think even if he loses this game and he doesn't win a Super Bowl by the end of his rookie contract, like the success he's had, he's in for a big payday when that contract's up. That's for sure.
I mean, I think that you're talking about someone who was the absolute, like he's not an undrafted, like he's not, wasn't Kurt Warner undrafted?
Almost undrafted.
And so it's not unheard of, but the U2 halftime show. Yes, I love U2 though. But
not to mention that one. That is another good one too. You're right.
He was behind Trey Lance and Jimmy. Like he was coming into the season. There was no way anyone probably but him and his family thought, yeah, I'm going to be playing in a playoff game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking my team to the Super Bowl. Just taking the money out of it, just the endorsements alone you're muted, Kyle.
I just said, oh yeah. So
just the endorsements alone, the story is remarkable. Like I do not like the 49ers. I do not like Nick Bosa. I want Kyle Shanahan to win. I would like Brock Purdy to win. I love CMC because I think he's like one of the greatest players, but doesn't like act like he's one of the greatest players. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want the Chiefs to win again.
He just plays like it, which is what you want.
I just his story alone is worth the hype that the Super Bowl is getting. Like it's just a remarkable story. I think that people, I don't even care if he's a game manager or a game changer. He's fucking taking his team to the Super Bowl, which is what 30 other quarterbacks are not doing right now. So It doesn't matter what name you want to give it to.
My team. I got nothing to say. Like shit.
He beat my team like at the beginning of the season by a lot of points. I mean, it doesn't matter what name you're giving him. He's going to the Super Bowl. That's the bottom line. I don't care what you call him. I don't care if you call him a game changer. I don't care if you call him a game manager. Call him Brock Purdy, the guy who's taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, because that's what's happening. Even though, his supporting cast is pretty awesome.
I mean, game managers haven't won Super Bowls before, so
yeah, exactly.
I've never been worse quarterbacks in the final game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Rex, was it Rex Grossman?
Yeah, against Peyton Manning.
Yeah, like Rex was not fantastic.
It's like yours, Mom. Honey, you're not bad. You're just not fantastic.
I mean, he was good. He was good enough to be an NFL quarterback for a little while.
And get a team to a Super Bowl. Get an elite
and get his team to a Super Bowl.
Jay Cutler couldn't get that same elite defense to the Super Bowl a few years later.
Jay Cutler. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. What is Jay Cutler?
I constantly think about Jay Cutler because I constantly think about the Packers winning the Super Bowl. that inevitably comes with them beating Jay Cutler. So
what is he doing now? Is he doing anything?
Just walking around with a scowl on his face.
Probably. Well, isn't like. I mean, his wife's got that reality show, right? It just seems like he lounges around. I thought they were divorced.
Are they still married?
No, they're divorced or separated.
Okay.
I'm a Jay Cutler.
Probably still doing what he was doing on that show, which apparently was just sitting around lounging, doing nothing and complaining. So
pretty sick.
Didn't Brandon Marshall just come out and say like, "Yo, like Cutler's a good teammate. I learned a lot from him, but man, that dude's a dick." Like nothing against him, I love him, but like, holy fuck, that like.
He did go to Vanderbilt, so whatever's to be said about that. I have family that went to Vanderbilt.
Well, I got to shout out Brian on the network. Because he went to Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, Happy Groundhog Day.
Vandy grad, right? Part of that.
Which is like one of the best movies ever. Bill Murray. I'm gonna just say it right now.
Is it today or was it yesterday? Or is it because it's yesterday? It's today, and because we're already still today again. We're stuck.
It was yesterday. It's Friday.
Because I'm seeing a bunch of people like tweet out Groundhog Day today. I'm like, didn't we just do this yesterday? I guess that's probably the point though. This would be the day you'd want to tweet out about Groundhog Day just to with people, isn't it?
Well, now I feel fucked with because I don't know.
It was yesterday. Puxatony Phil came out yesterday.
I shouldn't have said anything. A little left you in here.
Puxatony Phil came out yesterday.
Is Groundhog Day going to be a conspiracy theory now?
It can be.
It already is, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, we're like, oh, this groundhog. Could be more winter. Like, fuck.
How many conspiracy
he sees his shadow?
How many conspiracy theories are just human stupidity? Let's believe this.
Most of them.
95% of them.
Most of them.
Which is why I cannot wait for the conspiracy theory draft because...
since it's Groundhog Day, I feel like I really want to watch the Bill Murray classic, Caddyshack.
Caddyshack is good.
Better than Groundhog Day.
I'm all right.
Ghostbusters. Like, I know someone was like, take away Groundhog Day. What's Bill Murray's best movie? It's like, I could name like 5 or 6 of them.
The first Ghostbusters, I would agree with. Yes.
I would super kick that person. I would not really, but in my head, I'd be like, I'm gonna super kick you.
I would take both Ghostbusters over Groundhog Day. I would take I would take Zombieland over Groundhog Day.
I've never seen. Is Bill Murray in Zombieland?
He is. He's awesome.
Is that Woody Harrelson? Is that Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, it is. He's awesome
I've never seen Zombieland. I've never seen it.
It's a good time.
Is it?
Yeah. And in the second one, it's actually really good too.
All right. Is it like gory? Okay, I'm out.
It's a zombie movie, but it's not.
I don't watch the movies. That's why I don't watch
it's gore. It's a zombie. Like I don't think you can do a zombie movie without gore. So yeah.
Okay, the only zombie movie that I've watched and I've only seen from the airplane when is the Brad Pitt
World War Z.
Is that the Brad Pitt one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of any other zombie movie that takes place in the plane. So.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I love from that point on, but that's the only part I've ever seen. Ooh, Ghostbusters.
Paul Rudd's getting started, I think. Yeah, it's
in the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll watch anything Paul Rudd's in. I'm not gonna lie. Paul Rudd's
great.
He is. He is super. He's yeah.
He does Ant-Man really well.
He does do Ant-Man. He was in Only Murders in the Building, where he played like. He said he did it because the character they made fun of how. Like one of the Easter eggs was how he never ages, like he looks the same.
Yeah.
And 2,
it's true. He still looks like he doesn't in Friends.
Yeah. And 2, he was like a dick, and he's like, people always see me as a good guy. I'm gonna play this actor that's a real dick, and he dies. But spoiler alert, he dies.
Only Murderers in the Building. Wow.
It's a great. Meryl Streep is in it, and she's
actually haven't seen it.
That's the one with Steve Martin, right?
Yeah, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep. and they're both like Meryl Streep is just fucking. She's Meryl Streep. I don't. You can't say anything bad about her ever. I don't care. If you do, you shouldn't be on this planet.
Yeah, Meryl Streep is fantastic. I remember that was a no particular order back in the day. One of the first ones, right? It was just Meryl Streep movies.
Yeah, I
was part of that actually.
You can't not have.
Because I surprised you all with Music of the Heart as my favorite Meryl Streep movie.
Oh,
no one else had in their top 5. So.
She's even her like just everything. Even when she just talks about women's rights and people's rights, she's just fucking awesome.
Women have rights?
Well, that's the problem. That is the problem right there. Only time we ever watched is Seabrook High. I have never heard it. Is that a Canadian thing? Who's Zed and Addison?
I've never heard of this. No, the Come to Canada was for the rights, but yeah, we're not that much better.
I mean, the way they're losing them,
Yeah, All right, so we can't end on the worst thing that you've seen. It's snowing outside.
Oh, I got the second best thing I saw though.
All right, second best thing then.
The loser Lions lost, and I'm going to the Super Bowl, baby. Yeah. Still the only team to have played every year since the Super Bowls existed and not make it to the Super Bowl. Because the Texans have never been, but they've only been a team for like 20 years. So not like the Lions, who have been a team for 90 years.
Oh my God!
And kudos to them. They added 2 playoff wins this year, so now they have a total of 4 playoff wins in the last 65 years. Good for you, lads. I'm a petty Packers fan,
the city needed that. I hate it for them. I did see. Speaking of
the Red Wings will make the playoffs this year. That'll give people hope.
Speaking of conspiracies, somebody said there's like a black Twitter account, but it's on Instagram where I follow. It's awesome. And it was like they couldn't have Baltimore and Detroit in the Super Bowl. It would be way too brown. And
instantly know where you're going with that.
It was like really pretty funny because it's like it would be way too brown. They couldn't have had that. The tailgating.
Oh yeah, because the Bay Area is not a very populous African American place.
Not like Detroit and Baltimore.
Yeah, I would say Bay Area is more Asian.
I've never been to any of those 3 cities, so I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, the Bay Area is more Asian.
Which now that's all I want is to see these 2 teams in the Super Bowl.
I would love to see Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl.
I wanted Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson should have been in the Super Bowl. Let's not talk about it.
Except his team choked.
Yeah.
I thought the defense played incredible. I mean, you held Patrick Mahomes to 17 points, especially with like how much time and possession.
Oh my God, the offensive game plan sucked.
Oh yeah,
but how old?
The offense let them down. The defense did them down.
The Lions might get back. I mean, Dan Campbell he made some time clock errors, so on and so forth, whatever. But the Lions have a shot to get back. Lamar Jackson is what, 26, 27?
Oh yeah, I think they've got a shot to get back too. I think this was the first year where they had to pay him, and I think that was going to be the big thing. Was they couldn't really win the playoffs other than that one game against the Titans with Lamar on a rookie contract. How is this team? How are they going to put a good enough team around him to go win the Super Bowl when he's being paid this much? And guess what? First year of the mega contract, they go the farthest they've ever been. So nailing the Zay Flowers pick, because he was not expected to be a first rounder. Like that was kind of a surprise to me. I think there were 4 receivers this year in the draft that went in the first round, and 3 of them I think everyone was expecting to. Like it wasn't a surprise. Certainly the Jackson Smith and Jigba was the first one gone. Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnston, they seem to be viewed as the next 2 best. Zay Flowers was a surprise to me. And I think that really the Ravens nailed that pick because he's really come on as the main target, almost the way that when Marquise Brown first came on his rookie season. I think Andrew still had more targets, but years 2 and 3, Marquise Brown was the more targeted player, and pretty significantly. And I think one year he had 140 targets, and Andrew's 98 or something. So Zay Flowers is kind of that trajectory. So they've hit on another one because I think Marquise Brown is also a surprising receiver. That was a year where he was the only first rounder. There's a bunch of other guys like DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. In hindsight, those would have been better picks.
Yeah.
But there's also, who did the Eagles take? JJ Arcega-Whiteside, I think, ahead of DK Metcalf. So So like, there's other teams that messed up worse. It was a little surprised to have Marquise Brown be the first receiver there, but he came out and he was actually pretty good for Baltimore. So kudos to the Ravens for being able to do this. Now I think they have to keep adding more, because I think the problem was when Zay Flowers wasn't making things happen, none of the other receivers were getting open. And Andrews, his first game back from injury,
I think
he wasn't going to be
100%. Andrew's first game back from injury was that
they couldn't feasibly rely on him to do that. So other players need to step up. Beckham was supposed to be the guy they brought in to be in these big moments. I mean, Rashad Bateman was a former first rounder. That first round pick they didn't so much nail. That man, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That whole list of players taken ahead of him. There's a few good ones, but there's a lot of laughable ones too. But
yeah,
the offensive game plan sucked. It just sucked. You don't run the ball like 12 times when you're the number one running team, and then expect. I didn't even know what they were trying to prove. It's like I don't know. It was like they were trying to prove that Lamar could win just on his arm alone, and that's not how you've been. If you've been winning like that all season, then I'm so for that game plan. Just like the damn Campbell call. That's what they've been doing all season. I'm okay with them calling that. But you've been running the ball all season. Run the fucking ball. And
again, the couple times you did it with Gus Edwards, it was working. So it's not even like,
working.
We're getting stuffed. We can't waste these plays. Like, it was working. So yeah, should have gone back to it for sure. Again, I think they need to keep adding to this receiver room, but I also think there's potential that they also could get back. So while it sucks, but there's no guarantee. So there's a chance that Lamar Jackson never gets this far again in his career, which would be crazy to see how talented it is. You can say the same thing about the Lions. I think Dan Campbell said as much too. Like, man, we felt it was our year. It doesn't matter that we went from the playoffs to the divisional round, conference championships. You've taken steps up, but there's progress isn't always linear. You're not guaranteed to get this far again next year. So,
Shannon, I'm sorry, Shannon. What was the second best thing that you saw this week? Can't end on the worst thing. We'll save that for next week.
Second best thing. Oh God. Well, I was supposed to be prepared for this and I wasn't.
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, I think I had something in the NBA to do something with the NBA. I don't know. I no clue.
Well, just to comment on Julia's comment, Jaden Reed with the Packers. That was a great pick too. Actually, he was someone I thought was a better, I had Josh Downs and Jaden Reed ahead of Zay Flowers in my rankings before the NFL draft. So that's part of the surprise too of, you went Flowers. I thought there was a couple other guys that could do that and be better. But I mean, to be fair, Flowers seems to be the best of the first rounders this year. Certainly way better than Quentin Johnston. Jackson Smith-Njigba didn't really get much of an opportunity this year. Jordan Addison looked good too as well. But Jaden Reed, man, how he's come on as the Packers' seemingly true number one wide receiver. How they can utilize him in a lot of different facets of the run game as well. I love Jaden Reed, so I'm super happy with that pick. I loved it from the start. I know some other Packers fans, or even some other fans, people thought it was a bit of a reach, but he was one of the guys I had highly touted before the draft, so super happy there.
And
I got it.
Okay.
Haven't seen it yet, and I'm sure I'll touch on it just slightly next week. But going to see Explosions in the Sky tomorrow night at Mission Ballroom. And for those of you who don't know, they did the opening theme song for the show Friday Night Lights, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So hopefully I get that full eyes, full heart, can't lose feeling tomorrow night. Texas
you have
forever.
A packed weekend. You're going to the movies tonight. Going to go see.
Go to the movies today. I might go to the movies in like an hour.
And you're going to go see Explosion in the Sky. Yeah, I like it. I like a well thought out plan. Everyone, thank you for joining today for the first Saturday in February.
Black History Month.
Black History Month. If you haven't yet,
and actually, just to speak on that, we're playing tonight Afro Heritage Festival here in Sudbury. So,
nice.
If
you're in Canada,
playing as part of the Afro Heritage musical acts.
Go see.
Shout out to PA the Second in Bio. We got good sets with both their songs on it.
If you haven't yet,
covers that represent a lot of different cultures.
Smash the like button. We appreciate it. Thank you for your comments, Toronto Dave. Thank you for your comments, Jesse. Thank you for your comments, Jamie, except for the stripper one.
I don't know, Julia. I don't know college, so I have no idea. I have not dove into him yet, so I don't really have an answer yet in terms of what I think. I will eventually touch on that in the Full Press Packers pod, though, and maybe in future episodes here. But yeah, I don't have an opinion yet. I have not done any work on that. I'd be too busy rehearsing for the show tonight, to be honest.
And everyone go to America 108 on our Twitter account, badboybrew _brew and Dad Dog Mantra for your Instagram accounts, and on your videos, your YouTube accounts. Watch Speak on It, the podcast with Danny and Busties D, and watch Courtney Harden's Get the Real Deal, because it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. And it's awesome. We appreciate everyone who stuck with us, who actually came and listened to us rant on. We appreciate you. We will see you next Saturday. Kyle, is your show when?
Tonight? Well, the Afro Heritage Festival starts at 5.
Okay.
Until we're playing at 10. So basically, it'll go from the whole show will go from 5 until whenever we feel like stopping our set.
Do you guys do you film your sets and put them on YouTube?
Not always. We'll sometimes do that for our live studio stuff.
Will you have this one on YouTube? No.
No, I don't.
The Afro Heritage? No. All right, but you can still, they can hear where you play where? So,
yeah, it's going to be at the United Steelworkers Hall here in Sudbury.
No, I mean Sudbury. The YouTube channel.
Oh, the YouTube. Yeah. Makes more sense. People are watching on YouTube, of course. So, pa.ii is the Patrick Pilla's artist name, PA the Second. So that's how you search up pa.ii. You could follow his social media accounts at PA_II official. And that'll also give links to YouTube, Spotify, and Bio is the other artist that's in our band. B.A.Y.O. is his artist name. Is part of his first name as well. So Bio, and you can check out his songs as well on YouTube. And Freebird Bio is his Twitter account. So we'll have links to the music through there.
All right, you guys, we appreciate you. Shannon's gone dark on us again. I'm not sure what's happening there, but we appreciate.
Well, he's going to the movies, right? Like, the movie starts, it goes dark, and then so you can see that.
Yeah,
I don't know. My audio is all messed up. You all sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks right now.
Well, we could hear you, so at least that worked.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. I like it.
No joke. That's what it sounds like in my ears when you both talk.
Wow. I'm going to take that as a compliment, I think.
It's not great.
I'm wearing a blue shirt and glasses, so I guess I'm the not Theodore. Who's the other one?
I don't know anything about Alvin and the Chipmunks except I've heard them sing a Christmas song, and I liked it. So
Chipmunks roasting on an open fire.
Yeah. So I'm okay with it. We will see you guys next Saturday. Same that time, same that channel.
Sudbury, Ontario, Canada.
So if you're in Ontario, go to the Afro Festival.
To be fair, there's some parts of Ontario that are really far away from Sudbury. So if you're
also, you guys, after the Super Bowl, this particular No Particular Podcast, because that's how life is moving to Thursday, and we will be starting the mock draft. So if anyone wants to join in a mock draft or has an idea and wants to mock that mock draft, like Jamie's conspiracy theories and halftime shows, the 15th we're doing Valentine Day movies, worst Valentine Day movies, shows, TV series, songs, whatever, anything that has to do with Valentine's Day, because it's the day after Valentine's Day. It's the 15th. And I think there's also one more that I just forgot. Oh, One Hit Wonders are the 3 that we are doing now. So if you want to join us, please just DM me, let me know at Gladys L. Tyler. You are more than welcome to join. You don't have to be in the fantasy biz. You don't have to be an analyst. You just have to be you. That's all we care about. We just care that you are you. And we will see you next Saturday. Thank you. Love you, Shannon. Love you, Kyle. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.